So recently I've been playing a lot of this roguelike strategy game called Slice and Dice, and I really want to recommend it. I churn through a lot of games in that genre, and I really enjoy it as a whole, but it's one of those situations where one game in the genre is just so good that nothing can really beat it. And that's Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire is great, I love it, but it kind of ruined the entire genre for me because I found almost nothing to compare. And I say almost because Slice and Dice is so good that it prevents me from universalizing that statement. Its premise is fairly unique for the genre. It's not a deck building game, it's not a RPG or a tactics game, but it has its own really unique battle system. You play with an adventuring party of characters like your normal turn-based RPG, but the way your attacks and moves are selected is very unique. Instead of performing actions from a menu, you have to roll a dice to figure out what you're going to do, which can sound a little bit off-putting if you're not into a lot of random elements in games, especially in JRPGs. But Slice and Dice revolves around this mechanic, and it makes it work in a really great way. The skill expression in this game revolves around manipulating your choices throughout it, and making decisions that minimizes the amount of randomness you get. There is a huge amount of flexibility to do this too. Similar to other games in the genre, you make choices about choosing your class and which items to pick, which will change your strategy throughout the game, but what's really interesting is you can manipulate the sides of each dice that your character has. For example, you might be in a situation where you only have one side of the die that's really important, but you can find other items that will make your other weaker options stronger, or you can increase the risk and make that one option even better. It produces an extra layer of depth that I don't usually see in the genre, and I really want to recommend it. And even on a base level without any kind of manipulation or special gimmicks that might be implied by the dice, it's a really well thought out game. I've seen very few RPGs that have the same level of depth to their mechanics, and there's a lot of great opportunities for combo potential as well. There's some classic stuff like a shield bash that increases in damage as you get better shields, so the best strategy is to make a lot of shields and then you do a lot of damage with the shield bash. That's a classic, every game does that. But Slice and Dice has some really interesting mechanics that can expand that possibility space tenfold. Each keyword is inventive and distinct, and you can combine them in ways that seem unintuitive at first but feel really satisfying when you get them. It can take a good deal of strategizing to figure it out, but eventually you can get to the point where you have 5 character strategies that work all together to make a powerful swing in one turn to defeat everyone at once. And you also get a lot of time to plan and figure these things out. Slice and Dice has a really great quality of life feature where you can undo your actions without any major repercussions. That might seem broken in a strategy game, but Slice and Dice is so complicated and complex that you can really need it sometimes because of how much interaction there is between keywords. You can get in some really unexpected situations that might go absolutely wild. It's a little difficult to explain without going on for hours, so I'm just going to keep it short. I highly recommend this game for any kind of strategy roguelike lover, and it's a wholly unique experience that I haven't seen in any other game.